You know what? We are actually going to go up to Skyfox. Stu's over that protest we were mentioning near LAX. Oh, what's going on down there right now?
Well, I can show you some of that backup that's been going on down there, and you can see actually where the closure is. Now, this is a protest, and this is what they were talking about. LAX PD and also LAPD down there in force. Now, this group right here, you can see they've been getting hold of the barricades. They've been getting hold of pretty much anything they can, and they're putting it out into the roadway, stopping traffic coming from in and out of LAX right here at Century Boulevard. Honestly, can't tell you what the protest is about, but you can see a number of them down there, and that's going to be LAPD. Now, LAX PD has been put out of notice, basically saying if you're making your way over to LAX today for any of these flights to use anything but Century Boulevard. You can come in through Sepulveda Boulevard, make your way over to Arvada, and then over to Airport. There are other ways to get in and out of the airport besides Century Boulevard, but you can see Century Boulevard closed right now. LAPD out here, you can see some of their officers right there. There's a couple of other ones here. Now, are they going to use force to bring these protesters to get them out of the way? That part we can't tell you, but definitely there is some sort of communication going on. They want this to end. LAX definitely very busy today, and Skyfox, we got the blessing to be up overhead, but you can see there's a lot of clouds blocking our shot. We're going to try to stay here as long as we can to get you these pictures, but I can tell you right now, Century Boulevard in and out of LAX is going to be closed in both directions while LAPD deals with these protesters.
I wonder if there's, for people who are already stuck in traffic there, I'm wondering if there's going to be any way for them to get around.
Do anything about it.
Yeah, or if they're just going to be stuck there.
There you go. You can see LAPD trying to take charge of the situation right now, trying to bring some of these protesters, into custody. We'll see some baton swinging down there. You can feel the frustration, but you got the LAPD officers. They're making their way over there right now. There's a little scuffles going on. There's a lot of scuffles going on. And again, this isn't one of those things. It's a lot of clouds making it difficult for us to see what's happening. But they still have to clear out a lot of that debris that these protesters put onto Century Boulevard. Again, you're watching it with me. You probably feel my frustration at home as much as I do up here, trying to see through some of these clouds. Some more LAX and LAPD officers, they're driving against traffic right now, rushing to get back up their other officers as that crowd is on the move now behind us. I would venture to say that's going to be the Hilton right there. But again, this all happening here at LAX, right here at Century Boulevard. And again, the crowds have moved, but that doesn't mean the roadway is going to open up anytime soon. But you can see people down there. Take a look at that. That is Los Angeles at its finest. You can see these people just trying to move stuff out of the way. Drivers just going around what they can. There's another barricade that we saw earlier on that I wanted to show more of, but because the cloud just won't let it. Right at the LAX entrance, there's a bunch of those bins, those huge bins, those crash bins that you see out there filled with sand and debris, and they toppled those over. There you go. The cloud's clearing up. That's what they got going on in front of LAX, so they have to clear that out of the way as well. What you see right there, those are not protesters. Those are going to be LAPD, and again, they're standing watch here, trying to make sure that crowd doesn't make their way back to this location. We've seen that in the past, but now drivers, they're making their way down Century Boulevard, going to be met with that. Again, there are other ways in and out of LAX. Century Boulevard is what you need to avoid if this is your destination anytime soon this morning.
Yeah.
That is so frustrating. I mean, obviously you're thinking about so many people stuck down there right now, and they're trying to catch a flight, obviously. It has such a big ripple effect. You're saying avoid Century Boulevard, but sometimes if you're taking an Uber or a taxi even, they have a certain route that they have to go, right? Like they have to follow a certain protocol. So what do they do about that? I mean, people wondering, I'm going to catch an Uber, what can I do about this?
Me personally, I would just tell the Uber driver, get me as close as you can. I'll walk the last bit of distance if they have to drop me off somewhere here on Century Boulevard. Brisk walk before my flight might be exactly what you need. But the clouds cleared again just for a second or two, so you can really see what's going on down there. They tore all that out and threw that onto the roadway right there. And it's Free Gaza. It's a Palestine protest. And you can see LAPD walking right now as cars are starting to make their way down Century Boulevard. Again, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to drive over that or push their way through that. But right now the roadway seems to be open. And as soon as that opening popped off there, you can see it. Drivers just going right through, you know, catching a flight. Very important. I get it. I understand it. LAPD, they did what they had to do out here. You can see that they have a lot of officers out here, and they moved very, very quickly, all things considered. A lot of times this would be a sit and wait type of situation, let those protesters kind of work their way out of this area. But when they started blocking flights and creating this kind of dilemma for so many people out there, LAPD got into action very quickly and cleared this scene out. Right now, though, don't know how many of these protesters are in custody, and I also am trying to figure out if they're still searching for some of these guys. You can see a group of them right there. They might be trying to double their way back, work their way back over to you know, there you go. They're pulling down some trash bins. They're just trying to get things into the roadway to create problems for travelers and drivers today. Again, this is one of those situations we just watch and report. I just want to see everybody get what they need out of any kind of situation as it would be, but this kind of unruliness and just to get the point across, we're going to lose them underneath the clouds. But that's what LAPD is dealing with out here at the LAX area this morning. And again, the Century right now open at this moment, but how long it will be open, that's going to be the question for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they keep on moving those barricades and kind of moving the crowd down, so you don't know in that area where it's gonna go next. So that's
right.
A tough call.
Where it's gonna and they don't have the and LAPD right now does not have the ability of their helicopter to let those you know tell the guys on the ground where that crowd is going. It does look like they're trying to double their way back or trying to take some side roads to get back into that LAX area.